Ready?
All right. Well, what'd you think of the guys' performance against Tulsa? Rhett was talking about how they came off the field after that field goal and were ticked off.
Yeah, I mean, the field goal really, I told him at halftime, that was on me. It's kind of chaotic early in the game, but the headset's not working and some of those things, and could have put them in a lot better situation. But overall, I thought the guys played hard, played well, and like I said, I mean, the first three was 100% on me, and I told him that at halftime.
What was it like, kind of not having a way to communicate and then rushing down there before that fourth down play on their first drive?
Well, it was chaotic because I didn't know what was going on when we got down there, and but I'm sure that's something that our guys will get fixed and make sure it doesn't happen again. But our guys handled it. I mean, our staff's Coach Hundley called it, and he's more than capable of calling it. And but yeah, it was interesting. We got back up to the box, and the guys told me, "Oh, they've run this play, this play, this play." Okay, great. So, but our guys handled it. We're pros, and those guys did a great job.
Isaiah's interception, just another step in the maturation process for him and his performance overall this year.
Yeah, I think just like we've talked about, just being confident and playing within the defense, and great play by Ahmad to tip it, and great play by Zay to finish it and get us 7 there. So it was probably big confidence booster for him and for us, but that's what we expect out of him at this point.
What was kind of the overall evaluation when looking at the game film from Tulsa?
Well, we really prepared for the other quarterback. Felt like listening to his post game and just their ability to be able to run a little more of an offense, that we would see 7 instead of 1. We felt like we'd shown the ability to handle running quarterbacks that weren't the most accurate at this point in the season. So I was a little bit shocked when we got one, and then when we saw him for to the tune of 3.5 quarters. So don't know what the thought process was there for them. So, but I thought our guys handled it and played well, and a lot of positives. But we're going to play a team that really now, if you go at the beginning of conference play with them playing 1, we haven't played a true pocket passer at all. And so now we're playing a top 5 quarterback in the country that's really efficient with the ball. It does a great job knowing where to go, how to defeat a lot of different looks, and so I think our secondary more so than ever will be really challenged this week.
Yeah, what challenges does JT and Luke McCaffrey present in what they do?
Yeah, I think it all starts with the quarterback form and just how fast the ball comes out. Like I said, his ability to know where to go with the ball. There's just a lot of experience in a lot of different systems. There's not a look you're going to show him that he hasn't seen. And so, from a standpoint of our guys just being able to anticipate the ball coming out, be in the right spots, and those type of things. And zone coverage is going to be really important for us because he does a great job just distributing the ball, and they're gonna try to slow the game down is what they've done, and try to limit possessions for our offense and be really, really efficient on defense, and on offense for them, and try to keep us on the field and slowly move the chains. And when you got a guy, usually when you talk about teams doing that, they're more run heavy, but when you got a guy that's as accurate as he is with the ball, they're able to throw 3, 5, 7-yard routes, and there's not a lot of drops. Everybody knows where to be. They're well coached. They're efficient with it, and so they move the chains and put him in good situations to operate, within the framework of that offense.
What does it say? I know you said you put the field goal on you, but for a defense that now kind of has the expectation of going out there and not giving up any points, have shown that they can do it a couple times, have a bunch of shutout quarters, that this defense has really taken ownership, and even with as good as they've been, aren't satisfied.
Yeah, I think for sure. I think, us staying humble through the process, and we've talked about that, and the guys have done a great job, and they're hungry and they want to get better each week, and they know that we'll have to continue to get better week in and week out to, like we talked about last week, every opponent that we play, starting with Rice this week is the best offense we've seen in conference. And so, they're going to have that mentality, and, what we did last week, what we did the week before that does nothing to help us win this game this week. And so I think they understand that, and, had good energy today, and thought pretty good focus, just some things we got to get cleaned up in practice.
When, the Temple game and this one, when it gets so lopsided so early, what does it say about the defense kind of going off of that, where they could let up? They could say, look, we've got 52 points at halftime. We don't have to go 100%, but they still do, that they don't want it to get close with that?
Yeah, I think, it's opportunity obviously to get younger guys in the game, to get other guys in the game, because you're trying to, yes, we take pride in it, and like we did put the starters back in at one point there when they crossed, but really it wasn't even on the back of some of the calls came in late, and there's some issues on my part that we got to get better at, but. It's those next guys being ready and understanding that there is a expectation, even though they're a guy that might not get as many snaps. A Katie Hall that is, playing corner and free safety now, and he's getting in the game. Like, be ready to do your job and do your part to take pride in that. And so I think it's good for the long term, and it's good for developing depth, right now. And, I'm glad that, we expect that our guys would take pride in that.
And then I know you guys are focused this year and even just this game, but kind of fun to see that ACC schedule and kind of what the future might look like a little bit too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, y'all know me by now. I'm focused on this week and this game. So, Coach talked to the team about it, but I don't think that guys put too much thought in it. We know we got to beat Rice, a really good Rice team at their place. Obviously, everybody saw, that game against Tulane, which they had a chance to win it, in my opinion, probably should have won. The way the game went down, I thought that they dominated a large portion of that second half, and so it's a big challenge for us, and we know that, and that was them playing Tulane on the road, and now we got to go to their place. So big challenge for us this week for sure.